911. Nashville Season 1 Episode 11, Dawn Begins had tons of potential, but nonetheless failed to really anchor its central character of Dawn Hart. Dawn is my least favorite Nashville character, and I haven't been afraid to admit it. In addition to treating his wife disrespectfully and acting a touch too hallmark in a reality that isn't, he believes he is above the law. Receiving flashbacks of Dawn's past self and how he first met Dixie and Blythe helped to center him a little. You saw how he became a firefighter, where he came from, and how he initially connected with both women. In essence, we saw a foundation of some kind. However, this foundation was unsuccessful because they failed to capture Dawn's rage. I was unable to relate his resentment toward his behavior on the show to the fact that he had lost his entire family. Bad boy just to be bad boy was what it was. The phrase, lost young man who is angry at the world, need to have been included. However, I perceived Blue and Dawn instead. Dawn, who was younger, was constantly complaining about how people like him are ignored and, look at me, poor thing, I've never seen a nice house. He is merely a stereotypical image of a countryman. Additionally, that didn't work for Blue, and young Dawn won't either. Flashbacks show how Dawn's life was altered by a catastrophic house fire, and how he subsequently met Dixie and Blythe. In the meantime, the 113 rushes to a cyclist who has been struck by a car and is wedged against a tree. The more I watch 911, Nashville, the more I question whether Dawn's character is the only one that is awful. I enjoyed what I saw of young Dixie, despite that one instance in which Dixie returned and called Blythe a whore. She exuded a charming confidence and had aspirations for which she was prepared to fight. Even Blythe, who never treated Dawn differently despite their disparate socioeconomic backgrounds, advised her ex-boyfriend to watch it. This essentially demonstrates that I don't have a 911 Nashville issue. I'm having trouble with Dawn. Then there is everything that was going on with Dawn at the time. Because Dawn Begins aims to establish Dawn as a character and evoke empathy for him, his family's tragedy, and the seeming suffering he still bears. He's been pretty hallmark since the beginning of the show, so I haven't really witnessed this suffering, aside from a few instances in which he treated Blythe more like an afterthought than as his life mate. 911. Nashville made the decision to kill someone else in order to ease Dawn's grief over the loss of his family. To make matters worse, the show had Dawn attend his family's murderer's trial and claim that the young man who caused the accident was suffering more than she, the woman dying, was. Come on, Nashville, are you serious? She was bleeding out. Her body was jammed against a tree. She was unable to feel her legs, and she was thinking about how she would never see her husband or children again. However, 911. Nashville wants me to think that Dawn would forgive the perpetrator who destroyed his family if this woman had forgiven the young man. No, perhaps I'm too pessimistic. The individual who killed me or my family would not have my forgiveness. And no, the woman who was actually being kept together by the car he crashed into wasn't suffering any more than that young man. Because there are aspects of this program that I enjoy, other from Dawn. Although I believe we should see more of Roxy and Taylor, I still appreciate the women. Additionally, I would like to know what character costume choice led to Taylor being the only one to wear a low-cut top with a leopard pattern to court when everyone else was completely buttoned up. But let's get back to my favorite stuff. Even though we haven't seen Ryan as much lately, I still enjoy him. When Blue stopped saying, "I'm so poor and just handy with everything because I've had no luxury in my life," I even began to like him. In addition, Blythe and Dixie have more chemistry than either Blythe and Dawn or Dixie and Dawn, which is why I'm still watching. If they set aside their disagreements and cooperate, Blythe and Dixie may be truly devilish. They challenge one another and keep each other on their toes. However, 911. Nashville is positioning itself more as a soap opera than anything else. Additionally, traditional soap opera is like contrasting women in search of a mediocre man. And Dawn is just that. He is a lackluster figure who doesn't motivate his group or the audience at home.